Hello everyone, I am here on behalf of STEM Intellect and I'm going to create some lecture videos on Arduino. So before moving on to the circuits, connection and coding, it is important for all of us to know about the basics of electronics. So this is my first video and I'm going to discuss about the basics of electronics and give you the introduction about the Arduino. So let's start with the introduction part. The first thing is current. What is current? It is the rate at which electron flows in a conductor. So what is conductor? So conductor is a material that allow the current to flow through it. So copper and aluminium are the examples of conductor. So current is denoted by capital I and its SI units are ampere and generally it is written as capital A. Further, current is of two type. The first is DC current and AC current. DC is direct current and it flows only in one direction, and its advantage is that it can be stored easily. So batteries are DC power source. You can see from the first picture that electrons are flowing from negative side to positive side just in one direction. Okay, the second thing is alternating current. We call it as AC. So it flows to and fro. So you can see from the picture, the second one, the electrons are flowing to and fro. So the power line is having normally a frequency of 50 hertz. So that means within a second it changes 50 times. Okay. The next thing is voltage. So what is voltage? It is the flow of current in a circuit, or we can say it's a deriving force behind the flow of current. It may also be referred to as potential difference. So its SI units are volts and it is generally written as capital V. The next thing is resistance. So it is the property of a material that resists or limits the flow of current. Its SI units are ohm. You can see the symbol from there. So what is the relationship between these three things? Voltage, current, and resistance. So the relation is basically given by the Ohm's law, which says I is equal to V by R. I is current, V is voltage, R is resistance. Okay. So next thing is, so voltage can be increased or decreased by following ways. The first way is by increasing the resistance, voltage can be decreased. How? Voltage is inversely proportional to the resistance. If the value of resistance increases, the voltage will decrease. The second method is by increasing the current, voltage can be increased because voltage is directly proportional to current. Okay. The third way is by arranging batteries in series, voltage can be increased. So joining the two batteries, 9-volt battery and 9-volt battery will give you 18 volts. So let's move further. The next thing is basic electronic components. So I have like created a table here where the name of the component and a picture and a symbol of uh, the uh, the symbol of that particular component is also mentioned over here. So uh, you have to like remember these symbols, and after practice you will able to learn all of them, and you can see these symbols in the electronic circuits also. So these are the symbols. Next we will talk about the circuits and its types. So what is circuit? It's the combination of different electronic components that are joined together to form a closed loop, so that allows the current to flow through it in a controlled way. So the basic type of circuits are like open circuit, closed circuit, series circuit, parallel circuit. So first one is open circuit. So we all know that the for a current to flow through a circuit, the path need to be continuous. And if it is not continuous or some kind of breakdown is there, then current will not flow. From the first picture, you can see there is a switch which is in off mode. So the circuit is not continuous and the current will not flow. So this is the open circuit, the first picture. The second one is closed circuit. You can see the switch is now turned on. So the circuit is complete, the path is continuous, and the current will start flowing through it. So the third one is circuit in series. So in series, components are connected in series. Just look at the picture, you can see the resistance are connected one after another. and the current will flow through each of them, and there is only one path for a current to flow. So if I like replace the resistance by LEDs, so suppose the LED at R1 will be like got damaged, and the circuit will now be incomplete. The path will not be a continuous now. So the functionality of the other two are also affected because of the first one. That is the problem in the series circuit. Okay. The next one is parallel circuit. You can see from the picture, there are like three paths from which the current will flow. It is A, B, G, H, and the second path is A, C, F, H, and the last one is A, D, E, H. So in the same way, if I replace the resistance with the LEDs, if like the LEDs at R1 will got damaged, so it won't affect the functionality of the other two LEDs. So that's the difference between the series circuit and the parallel circuit. So next is, what is Arduino? So Arduino is an open source electronic platform which is used to create electronic projects or prototype of it. So the types of Arduinos are Arduino Uno, Arduino Nano, Arduino Mega, Arduino Leonard, Arduino Mini, Arduino Lilypad. So the next thing is the Arduino board. We are going to discuss about every component on the Arduino board. I have labeled it from like 1 to 17, and we are going to discuss about each of them one by one. So the pin marked as 1 is called as digital input output pins. So the Arduino Uno board has total 14 input output pins, the digital one, and out of which 6 pin are PWM pins. So PWM is pulse width modulation. So we can see a wave symbol to identify PWM pin. So pin number 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11 are PWM pins. So these pin can be used as input digital pins or output digital pin by using function like pin mode, digital read, digital write. I will discuss later on about these things like the pin mode, digital read and digital write. So it can read only two things, signal or no signal, which are referred to as 1 and 0 or high and low. Okay, the next pin are the pin number 2 and the two pins marked as 6. So pin number 2 and 6 are called as ground pin, so which can be used to ground your circuit. So pin marked as 3 is AREF, so which stand for analog reference, and it is used to provide an external reference voltage between 0 to 5 volts. And pin number marked as 4 are analog pins, so they are 6 in numbers. So these pins are used as analog input within the range of 0 to 5 volts. Pin marked as 5 is input voltage. It is written as VIN. So this pin is used to give input power to the Arduino board from an external power source. So pin number 7 is used to give the power supply of 5 volt to the component as well as to the microcontroller. Pin number marked as 8 gives supply of 3.3 output volts. And pin number marked as 9 is used to reset the microcontroller by using an external button. So external button can be connected and we can reset it accordingly. So component marked as 10 is called as reset button. The functionality is same, and it is also used to reset the microcontroller and start the program from the beginning. So component labeled as 11 are TX and RX LEDs. So on Arduino board, you can see in the digital pins that is marked as 0 and 1. So 0 is RX and TX is marked as 1, pin number 1. So these are used for serial communication. So the TX is used to transmit the data and RX is used to receive the data. Okay, the LEDs that are like TX LEDs flashes while sending the serial data, and RX a LED will flash during receiving the data. The flashing speed will depend upon the baud rate. Next component is component number 12, which is power USB. So by using a USB cable, Arduino board can be powered from the computer. Next is component number labeled as 13. So it's a crystal oscillator which helps to provide clock signal to Arduino with the frequency of 16 megahertz. So it provides the basic timing and control to the board. Component labeled as 14 is called as voltage regulator, which is used to convert the input voltage to 5 volts. So it provides the constant supply of 5 volt even if the voltage fluctuation is there. So next is component labeled as 15 is called as power or barrel jack. So Arduino board can be powered directly from the AC main supply by connecting it to the barrel jack. So component labeled as 16 is called as power LED indicator. So whenever we plug the Arduino to the power supply, this LED will turn on. If it doesn't turn on, then there is something wrong with the connections. So the last one is component number 17, which is the main microcontroller. So all Arduino itself has their microcontrollers. So microcontroller allows the programmer to program the Arduino and control the function of the other electronic devices that is connected to the Arduino board. So this is all for this video. And if you like this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you.